I'm guessing this is happening. I'm gonna have total faith because I forgot to grab my phone. So I usually use that to test that I am actually here, but I'm gonna believe it. So happy day before Valentine's, everybody. I hope you have some plans for your loved one, be it, your sweetheart or a child or a grandchild. I always like to see the grandmother, grandson, granddaughter dates, whatever kind of thing, go out together and have a nice meal and maybe a treat afterwards is kind of cool. So anyway, I'm hoping that you have something really pleasant planned for you. And I just want to welcome you to Tuesday's Tea Talk. Always good to see you here. It's going to be my ritual every Tuesday, 2 o'clock. And my name is Danny Cade, by the way. I'm the founder of Danny Cade Wellness. And today, I actually want to talk to you about salt or sodium, as depends how you want to phrase that. And some of the good things about salt and also the dangers of having too much salt. And that's very easy to have an excess of salt because it's very cleverly hidden in our food. So I'm going to go into a bit of detail on that. And first off, I want to talk about the good things about salt. I mean, it's a vital, essential nutrient that we must have for survival. It's very important for our blood and lymph fluid regulation, our muscle contraction, overall fluid balance, and nerve function. I mean, we really couldn't function without sodium, salt. And, it was used a long time ago. Eventually, they figured out that they could use salt to preserve food, which was awesome because, in a feast or famine type of society, it was nice if you could save some for the times that maybe the hunting wasn't so great. So that was a benefit back when, but things have really changed since then. Nowadays, what we're finding is that there is sodium snuck into our everyday foods, and that can be very dangerous. In fact, having too much salt has many disadvantages to our heart health, and I'm going to go into that in a minute. But it's hidden cleverly. There's actually, four different ones that come to mind right out of the gate, and I'm sure there's more. But different salts or sodiums, they come in the forms of nitrate, sorry, sodium citrate, monosodium glutamate or MSG, also known as, and sodium benzoate. And all of those are used in food processing. So you think about all the packaged foods out there. Um, Here's six actually top sources of sodium in typical foods that you're going to find out there. Breads and rolls, cold cuts and cured meats, pizza, poultry, soups, and sandwiches. Those are six of the top ones, and I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm not saying that that's all there is. But if you go grocery shopping, I want to encourage you to take some time and actually read the labels of some of the things that you're buying. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the typical American diet, if you take a typical day, most of them are consuming anywhere from 3,400 to 4,000 milligrams of sodium a day. That's more than double what the American Heart Association recommends. In fact, what their recommendation is, if I can find my own notes here. No, I can't find my own notes. We'll get to it in a minute. But anyway, it is more than double of that. And how it adds up is very simple. For example, let's take a breakfast of a sausage and cheese omelet with hash browns and maybe a glass of orange juice. That totals up to 697 milligrams. Let's say there's a morning snack in there, a honey bun. There's 280 milligrams in that. And then you have your lunch, and let's for example, a turkey sandwich on white with lettuce and tomato slices and maybe a side salad with cucumbers. That totals up to 1,532 milligrams. And then there's the afternoon snack, and who doesn't like a little bag of chips? And there's 148 milligrams in that. And then dinner, let's say is chicken with boxed macaroni and cheese, and say some frozen vegetables that you throw some salt on right there. That's 1,207 milligrams. So you total that all up, that's 3,864 milligrams of sodium. Now, what I was trying to find in my notes and couldn't until now, the American Heart Association, what they recommend for the average adult is 1,500 milligrams. Now, if you're athletic, and I mean you work out 3 to 4 times in a gym, and I don't mean just, kind of, bounce around looking cute. I mean, breaking into a sweat, or let's say you garden a lot, or your job demands an awful lot of you, then yeah, you may need to increase your sodium. No more than 2,300 milligrams is what the American Heart Association recommends for those who are on the go. Okay, so if we have too much sodium intake from a typical diet like that, some of the things that happen is it leads to something called hypertension, also known as high blood pressure. And that's a major contributor to heart disease, heart attacks, strokes, kidney disease. And some of the symptoms of that, which you might already be feeling, is you might be feeling bloated. There might be some puffies, swelling, and a weight gain from water retention. That's a good sign that there's too much sodium going on. So I'm going to invite you to a webinar that's coming up. And I know I alluded to this last week, and all of a sudden my brain just froze and I couldn't pull the date and I couldn't pull the name. And I just went, yeah, next time. Okay, so here's next time. Dr. Bruce Daggy on February 21st is going to be doing a really good webinar on why salt matters, and also how to watch for hidden sodiums and how you can avoid it, the different things that you can do to actually lower your sodium intake without, lacking the flavor or having, boring foods to choose from. So he's going to be there, like I say, February 21st with us. We're going to have that at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to put the link right below. So I'm going to encourage you to hit that link and get yourself registered now. It's really easy. You just have to put your name and your email address in. You get your confirmation, and you'll get a reminder before, which is good. And hey, life happens that maybe something comes up that you can't make it on time. Don't worry about it, because you're registered. You're going to get the replay. So hit that link now while you're thinking about it. If you're like me, I'm going to end this show and you're going to say, okay, well, that's kind of cool. And yeah, I'm going to watch that. And then all of a sudden something else is going to grab your attention. Do it now. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's tomorrow. I look forward to next week. And next week, we're going to go into a little bit more about salt. I just haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that yet. So thanks, everyone. Make it a great week. And thanks for being here on Tuesday's Tea Talk. Bye for now. On Tuesday's Tea Talk. Bye for now. Hit the wrong button again. Bye for now. Wrong button again.